Sorry guys, camera moving. Hey guys, how are you? Hey everybody, how you doing? Hi YT, hi TikTok. I'm going to be conducting readings on YT, and I'm going to be conducting the free yes and no on TikTok. So I'm getting ready to start doing the free yes and no. Real quick, just wanted to announce that my hours are Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you don't see me on here, I popped out to run small errands, or I'm streaming on another platform doing readings or a private reading, and I'll pop back in. So you can always text the shop if you have a question. Hey everybody. Good morning. Do I know you, Lady Libra? I don't recognize the name. But you guys always change names. So, hi, by the way. Good morning. Let's see. Letting the stream load a little bit, and then I'm going to... Oh, okay. Well, then welcome and hi. Glad that you have. Oh, it's an excellent time. I'm going to be loading, letting the stream load so I can start the free yes and no. Oh, thank you so much for the rose. All right, guys, I'm going to be starting right now. Okay, it looks good. I have the solid green light. All right, let's see. The first one I see, you could spam away because it lets me helps me see the question, so I don't miss you guys. So post. It's fine with me. I understand, because sometimes I'm looking down and I don't look there, and then I miss your question. All right, let's see. Nina's asking, will Darrett? Is that no? Darnett, sorry. Get what's coming to him. Oh, karma question, huh? Yeah, I don't do those. It would come up in a deep read, but I don't ask questions like that. They're very negative. Okay, let's see. Lady Libra's asking, Mandy, is DeWick going to want to start talking again? Okay. Can't do anything about dragging furniture noises. Sorry, guys. Or landscaping noises. I would say no. I am seeing a person, a man at a desk. There's a computer. It looks like an office. It doesn't look like a home office or well, a home office looks like an office, but the feeling is different. This is a person kind of really sucked into their work with a distance. I don't, and there's other people there, so it's not a home office. This is like a office, corporate office. I don't see you know, the love, affection, kind of like reaching out kind of thing. This is a person working. It indicates a distance. All right, I hope that helps. Okay, let's see. Indian 39, Hyacinth, do you see Dwayne coming back? Okay, so I'm going to ask it in a yes and no format. Is Dwayne coming back? So I do see him involved with a Sagittarius female. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like you. So I would say no to that one. Okay, let's see. Clara, right? Kiara. Does Lewis have romantic feelings for you? There's attraction and there's a lot of qualities about you that he likes. But as far as categorizing you as his person, no. There's so I can tell there's been compliments from him to you, because I see a man standing with a woman, and the woman is this part you're not gonna, it's probably gonna confuse you if I describe it, but I'll describe it anyway, but don't take what I'm saying literally like that. Take my interpretation of my message. Don't take what I'm saying. It's a woman holding a baby, which an infant in a blanket, and and they are talking about a certain type of dance culture, like maybe Spanish culture, or I should say Spaniard culture. And dance and things like that, like history, travel, culture. So it indicates deep conversation, and it indicates that the female has qualities that are wifey, motherly. So all I'm trying to say is he sees you in a way that is with a lot of qualities that a man looks for in a woman, but there's something within him that is like there's already been a decision, not like a wall up, that's not what I mean, but like there's already been a decision. So I think that because a guy is not going to reject, if a guy is single, he's not going to reject a female that is attractive if they want to go to the bakery. Like he's not gonna, if it's a single guy, he's not gonna reject that. But does he want something long-term stable? No. So at this point, I would say to you, just take the message and, you know, have a good day. Or if you really are determined to find out what's his deal, you can get a tarot on it, because I mean, you can get a deep love astrology, but that's deep shit. That's future shit. Like that's gonna talk about his soulmate and stuff. You don't need to wrap your head around that. You want to just look at the relationship now. We could do a mind read and see what's going on of why he feels that, or why, you know, it can sometimes give ammunition for the female to. Let me see if it's worth it. I'll tell you right now, if you should bother getting a reading on him. I don't think you should. I think the feeling is already determined. He'll rendezvous, but he's not going to switch and commit. But let me see if it's changeable. He's not going to change. There's also something, here's a clue as well. There's also something with him that has clashed with you in a cultural sense. So it's either going to be a philosophy that you grew up with, or maybe it's like a different background, or maybe he's very religious and you're not, or I don't know the deal, but it's a clue there. We're just going to blanket term, call it culture difference with him, and that's made some kind of impact as well. Okay? And there's something that just is not, he's already like, no. Okay, so I hope that helps. Live through it, and you know you'll see it pop up organically if you don't, you know, if you doubt. All right, here we go. Connie, does your ex-husband regret what he did? I can do a reading on that if you book it, because I don't do vague, hidden questions like that. I do straight up questions. So you would have to tell me, like, regret what? And if you don't want to tell me and you want it to come up naturally, then book a reading, because that's what I do anyway. I don't need anything from the person. But in a free yes and no, it's a straight up question. Okay, let's see. Amanda, was Ducky happy you reached out? Yes, he saw it as an opportunity to be physical with you in the future. So if that's not your deal, he just saw it as an opportunity for that. Like saying, oh, okay, now there's an opportunity there. And it doesn't seem like it's, you know, genuine is what I'm trying to say, you know, for something more. So if you don't want to have a situationship, then I suggest you don't cross that line. But yes, he was. Okay. He also seems exceptionally tall. At least in how I saw him. Okay. Diana, does Brian have good intentions with you? Okay, that's a genuine question. But on this platform and the censorship, I can't say it like that because it could be a safety question, you know, good intentions. I'm going to just say romantic. Does he have romantic intentions with you? Like real ones? Brian and Diana. Give me a second. So this is really weird, but I'm just going to describe it. I say that a lot when I'm gazing. Oh, so a woman is standing and the man is sitting, at least it looks that way, and she's giving him something that's glowing. I assume it's an iPad, because a laptop doesn't flat. It doesn't lay flat like that, and books don't glow. So it's gotta be, yeah, it's gotta be an iPad. I don't know. And he's looking at something that she's showing him. So that shows a connection to me, whatever that memory is or whatever that is. I have no idea. But, you know, it shows interest. And the way that he feels looking at that is just happy to put his effort into what you show him or tell him. So, yeah, he's interested. I think he's nervous too. But like I said, and you can always book a love read to do a mind read on him. But yeah, no, that's the message. Hope that helps. Okay, let's see. So you spam away, guys. If I didn't get your question, spam, 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 so I could see it. Okay, obviously not when I'm looking down because I won't read it. But I understand timing is a pain in the butt. All right, let's see. Connie, does your ex-husband regret cheating? Okay. One second, please. I already have the answer, but I'm seeing something. Okay, so the answer is yes. I do see a very timid man. I see two people sitting down eating something, but here's the thing. Usually you have people when you go out to eat, it's across from each other, like the person's here and the person's like here. I see next to each other, so it's got to be like one of those places where you can sit next to each other, but it's not like chairs, so I think it's like a bench. Anyway, I don't know because I see the bodies closer. And I see him very timid, kind of like so grateful to be heard by you and so grateful to be eating with you, I guess, you know. But I see the female not all right in the headspace. So what I'm trying to say is, I think that this is the kind of thing that really can't be repaired because of your, PTSD from it, or your headspace, or the way that you feel. So you would have to do, I don't know if you would if you're therapy minded and you would turn that route. I don't know. I've heard clients have successful journeys with that, and others that it's been really chaotic. So there's good ones and bad ones out there. At the end of the day, it's an inside job. If you can rewire what you live through, sometimes it's possible and sometimes it is not. And it's also in your astrology chart if you're able to overcome that or not. Hang on, I'm getting an invitation here. All right. I hope that helps. Stephen, has Carmen ended things with the third party? Excuse me. No, I do see a pregnant woman. That doesn't mean necessarily that the female is, in gestation. I don't do medical or fertility readings, FYI. I take that out of my readings on purpose. It's funny because I teach medical readings, but I don't do medical readings. So do not think that I'm, announcing fertility in this situation. But the message that I'm saying to you is, no, it's not. It means invested feelings. It means that maybe he wants more. Okay, so you don't run with that and say, oh, she said that she was, no, I didn't say it like that. It was just, hypothetical. I don't have Cash App anymore. I hate them. They suck, at least for businesses. They were great for a really long time. So I do everything else though. Yeah, Apple Pay, Amazon, PayPal, all those things. All right, let's see. I missed a couple of people. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get to everybody. Let's see. Does Will want to see you? This is for Diana. I see a lot of excuses. I see the answers yes, but I see a lot of excuses, like the person's buying time so that I don't know why they're doing this. I would have to kind of do a nosy read. I'm not nosy. I hate being nosy. But what I mean is a deep dive, because unfortunately in readings you have to be nosy. You have to like report stuff to people. But I don't know why his intention. I would say he does, but he's buying time, and that seems quirky to me. I hope that helps. Okay, Jenna, is Levy going to contact you very soon? Okay, Levy, or Levi, right? Sorry. Jenna is asking about Levi. No, I do see a very lazy man. I also see a parking meter. That's kind of a little odd there, but gazing is odd. The things that I see. So yeah, so there's a parking meter, and like I said, I don't know what that has to do with. Maybe there was something you guys went to and you got a ticket, or maybe that's symbolic of a location you went to, or I know there's a lot of parking meters sometimes outside clubs and inside restaurants. I don't know, maybe it's the place he works, I don't know. But I also see a man with his legs kicked up, like sitting with his legs up on the desk kind of thing, like lazy. So no, this indicates, now here, hang on. It indicates, the whole parking meter thing has to do with something that is meaningful. So there's got to be something there, some kind of history, connection, depth, bond, something there. But there's also the other part where I'm kind of seeing his vibe, So I would say either just his style is lazy and hot cold kind of thing, or, you know, yeah, that's just the answer that I have for you. It's just his style, you know. Like, so yeah, he's interested because I'm seeing that there's something that is something symbolic with the parking meter. So there is something there. It's just that his style is really laid back. So it's, for some reason he gives me a Sagittarius vibe, which is not the personality of a Sagittarius man when he's in love, unless he's just using the girl to go to the bakery. And then, like, you could see that in a Sag. They're like, yeah, whatever, when I get to it. Because they're usually very get up and going, very just, very high energy. So, yeah, unless he's a strange mix of Sag and Taurus, I don't know. I don't know his signs, but there's 100%, without a doubt, something Sagittarius about him. Which could be a clue. Don't let him use you, you know. All right, let's see. I see Frederick, right? Yes. Will Lorena stop doing the things she's doing? Will we reconcile? I'm gonna go with will you reconcile, because when I do these, I don't do like you know, indirect, like, did that person do that thing that time in that place? I don't do that. I like straight up when I'm doing these. If you want me to, like, just, I want a reading just on the Pisces. I'm not telling you jack shit. Just tell me what's the Pisces. I want to know if you're real. Then you book a reading, and then I tell you the stuff. But on the free stuff, no. Tell me straight up and I'll tell you. All right. I was reading a question from a person. Hang on. Who was it? Who was it? Frederick, right? Yes. We're going to do will you reconcile? All right. So usually I do sign with sign or name with nickname. I don't have any of that from you, but that's fine. We'll see if there's a reconciliation. One second, please. Please hold. I actually see flirtation with another female. Kissing. So that's not flirtation. So I think, but it seems very shallow. Yeah, no, for sure, it's shallow. Maybe try to make you jealous. I don't know the deal because I'm not doing a love read on it. But so I guess, is he gonna reconcile with you? No, not with that mindset. Not like that. Is it over? No, there's some connection still there. So no, game's not over. All right, so let's see. Try to get to everybody. So spam away. Kimberly, I see you. Will you be in a relationship with Fairbanks? All right, Kimberly. So I see a person. I don't know anything distinguishable about them. I assume it's a woman, but I can't assume that because I don't see the person enough clearly to know who it is. But they're changing a baby's diaper. So this can be that there could be an involvement from the mother or the father in this person's life. That sometimes, even in a person's 20s and 30s, a parent could be so disgustingly overbearing that it can affect their love life and social life. Maybe, like, you know, the whole thing. There's something disruptive, you know? So it can also be like baby mama drama that also causes issues, or maybe when a man doesn't want to commit. Like, in some way, this is connected, like, for sure. I just don't know how because I don't know your story. But it's coming in as disruptive, and it's coming in as the fact that I can't see the parent changing the baby is even more of a, it just shows more of a problem, more of a significant problem, meaning that it's multifaceted. So there's like more layers of, you know, of obstacles in that. So again, I don't know who, you know, who's gotten in the way of a relationship, but there's disruptive energy there from either a parent or an ex with a child. Yeah, so I hope that helps. Let's see. Nikki, hi. I see your question. Is Austin done with you? Who's Austin again? I mean, normally I would just ask because I don't know half the people I ask about. I don't even know who they are. But you, I read for you, so I gotta. Mercury brain. Who is Austin? Austin. Oh yes, the Virgo. The Virgo. Yes, the Virgo. Okay, let's find out. For now, yes, because well, let me explain this. You know what I'm seeing here to make matters more complicated. So I see a man swimming. So this is symbolic of him just in this particular case, because his chart has so much to do with the ocean and the water. It's so symbolic of him. It's when he turns to, I guess, his boat and his things to unplug. You know, he also likes very long drives. I would say yes because this has anger to it, and now I'm going away. Vindictive, like anger, like eat my dust. Enjoy the silence. So yes, for now, yes. And there's also, I'm also seeing that he is grabbing onto a memory of, I believe it's your ex, because there's a man with a, can you even say it on this stupid platform? Bong. Okay. So that has to be Mr. Libra. So yeah, there's some shit there. So there's got to be something with the Libra, something there, because I'm seeing the Libra's shadow in what he's thinking. Nikki, where'd you go? Where'd you go, Nikki? Nikki Poo. He lives right next to it. He lives right next to it. Meaning his boat? Oh, I'm late. I'm late to what you're saying. I'm so sorry. Airhead moment. Sorry. My spirit guides are going, she needs coffee. Okay. Don't be hating. Okay, let's see. Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh, I see a lot of other questions, guys. I'm sorry. Trying to get to know. Oh, yeah, whatever you want. Whatever you want, honey. We'll look into. You usually get the Nikki formula. You know, look into the 1, 2, 3. You know, a little career, a little love life, a little bit of future. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Whatever you want. Okay, let's see. I mean, usually, you know, like the full ones are, you know, longer, but whatever. Okay, let's see. Annie, will Cassie and you reconcile romantically? Okay. Are you still there, Annie? Okay, I'll answer Annie anyway. But hang on, let me get the name she wanted. Cassie. Okay. Say what? Okay. So I'm seeing a blonde in the vision here with a more brunette-ish, light, medium brown person, hair color. They're talking across from each other, and the blonde seems new, you know. They're just talking. I think that the brunette's interested, but the blonde is not. I also saw, and they're in two things to tell you. They're in a place where there's outdoors, because I see a tree. It's not a picnic, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's not like, there's indoor dining and there's outdoor dining. So this is like not a place, but you could see the outdoors. So they're outside. And I also saw the ornate entrance of some kind of gate, which is usually the case with zoos or museums, or which is separate from the eating thing that I'm telling you. And I also see, there was something else, hang on. Yeah, so the gate is important. And there was something else I had to say in front of, oh yes, okay. And then something else is coming up as well, and it has to do with a traditional faith, which is kind of like, doesn't even fit the other themes, but it's, like when a person is like deeply Catholic or deeply Jewish, or, so on and so forth. So I don't know what that, plays a role in that. But so I would say, I guess with the, the reconnection question you said or something. What was the question? Let's see. Just to reword your question, Annie. Cassie, and you reconcile. I would say for now, no. Things can change, but I would say no for now. There's a desire to put the energy into a new person, although it's not going to work out with this person that, if I'm not saying she's interested in this person in particular, like long term. It just shows that there's an effort to, connect with somebody else at this point. Yeah, so I hope that helps. Okay, let's see. I hope, so if I didn't get your question, guys, spam. And if you bought a reading, there's a couple, hi YT, how are you guys? Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. It's just that I do free yes and no on TikTok, and I do my readings on here. I sign off of here on TikTok, and I do it on YT, so that people can get their readings uncensored, because it's too censored over here. So I do my readings completed on this guy. So hi, Olubube. Hi, how are you? Stitchy Girly, hi, how are you? Hi. Okay. Yeah, so if you guys bought a reading, you gotta let me know, because if I gotta pull up the reading, the order form. All right, let's see. Taisha, are you in the right career? I'm not gonna be able to do that I will give you a message. But what I recommend for you to do is to book an astrology with me to look at the destiny of what you're meant to do and all of that. Because a person can have let's say they're a dental hygienist. Right out of high school, they go right into, a technical school. And they become, let's just say, a dental hygienist. And they do that for 15 years. And then they have an epiphany and they decide that they want to be a school teacher and they go back to school and study education. Well, the the job change is going to show in astrology, but when they're a dental hygienist and I do their chart and I say, yeah, you're going to be a teacher, they're like, no way. Like, I don't even like that. And I'll be like, well, you are. And then like 3 years later, oh my god, I'm a teacher. So that happens. So astrology is going to tell you like the big, the bad, the ugly and stuff, but tarot is going, or horoscopes, because we could do that with astrology too, is going to tell you like the story within the 15 years. So I'll be like, yeah, you're going to have a new boss and you're still going to be a dental hygienist because it's 15 years. That's a long time, right? So I'm just giving you an idea, different structure, different folks. You can get different answers and different things. So if you want the right now, couple of years kind of thing, details, we could do astrology horoscopes, which breaks it down, or we can do deep tarot. If you want to know the big picture kind of thing, then we're looking at natal charts and destiny and what hat you're going to wear. All right. So, all right, there you go. Okay, let's see. Ronnie, will your husband, Marlon, come back to your marriage? Okay, husband, Marlon. So, Ronnie and Marlon. I would say no. I would say that there's a lot of damage done with the way that he feels, not only about you, but about the relationship itself. So, how he feels in the relationship, in the marriage, and also with you. Not saying that people can't get into this like cordial space where they deal with each other like adults. And I'm not saying that, uh, you know, I'm not saying it has to be absolutely volatile and brutal, but I do see that the love romantic part is just not there. If you want to do a reading on it, we can dive and see his, a mind read and then look at the relationship future. But that's the message that I'm giving you now. Okay? Marriages are important. So, yeah. That's why I always recommend readings when it's a married couple. All right, let's see. All right, so I just want to pause a minute. Did anyone book a reading with me that is on the stream right now? I know I have people that booked. No, I don't have Zelle. Sorry, I have Amazon Pay, PayPal, Apple Pay, a couple of other ones. Yeah, I think Link is another one. Okay, let's see. Aisha, will your relationship with Osleen Timbo be long term? No, I see him frustrated at you. And I see you, you know, hopeful that, waiting on him. Yeah. I mean, it's going to work for a bit, but I see him being very, frustrated. So there's a clash. There's something that just doesn't work together. Yeah. All right, Kim is asking, will Nelson and you reconcile? Yes. And then after you reconcile, I see that you're gonna have to, well, no, not have to. What I'm saying is you're going to be there for him for something heavy, which I think he's gonna be milking the attention. So yes, like, you know, boo hoo hoo, you know, this is happening right now. Be careful he doesn't use that to weaponize. A little bit manipulative. I see he has a side. But yes, I do see that. Bree, are W and you going to get past this rough patch in your relationship? Give me his sign. Copy and paste the question with his sign if you want, Brianna. I don't like connecting with letters. Okay, let's see. Rose, will you and Tristan reconnect? I do see you and him going out someplace where there's loud music. It looks like a club. If you don't club, then there's a lot of places that have loud music and dancing that are not clubs. It can be a place that's part of the venue, or maybe it's close by, or maybe it's something open that you could see across and there's a lounge. It can be, you know, concerts. There's so many places where, as an entertainment, they can have that kind of nightlife, you know. So when I say that word, it's not that I'm seeing that. It's just a place that, you know, is of that theme, of that ambiance. And I do see you going out together. There's drinking and stuff. Like, I do see you in that kind of setting. But I also see that afterwards, not that same day, but give or take within that phase, I see that you will see his attention go in other places that might make you jealous. So I do see the desire to connect with you, but then is it genuine? Is he going to stay long term? Is he just playing around? I just don't see the commitment on his part. All right. All right, let's see. All right, Jessica. Oh, you're giving me letters. I don't do letters. Sorry, guys. His nickname or his sign is fine. His sun sign is fine, like Aquarius, Taurus, whatever. It's just the way that I jump in. I don't like letters because I read for so many people for so many years, and the letter, I don't know. I guess like a letter might be symbolic to my logical brain, so then my psychic brain gets clogged. I can do letters, but if I'm doing a reading and I really get into the zone, like I don't need anything. I don't really need anything, not even a letter. But I just to explain, yeah, why I do that. When I'm quick, if I think of a letter, it could be clogged with another client of mine. Okay, let's see. Because like, why the fuck doesn't she do letters? She's being complicated. No, I'm not. Okay, let's see. Johan. Jessica's saying Johan, Sagittarius. So let me go back to your question. Does Johan want a long-term relationship with you? Okay. Yes. Yeah, I also see him giving you a gift. When I say that, I guess women envision like a beautiful romantic gift. It could be a freaking pie that he hands you. Not because men buy women pies, because that's ridiculous. But it could just be that I'm seeing him hand you something. So it could be that you have Thanksgiving together, or it could be that, you know, he invites you over to something with his family or whatever. I don't know. It's a scenario where you're together and he's handing you something and it's something edible. So the only thing acceptable as a romantic gift would be a box of very expensive chocolates. But I'm just saying, I don't see the gift and it doesn't seem like romantic-y perfume kind of thing. It means like together. It means like deeper than that. You know, like it's just not the romantic gift. It's something that it's a bond. So yes, I do. And I'm seeing that there's like, you know, cozy vibes, you know. So yes, I do see it. I also see that he's very, how should I say, not a man of a lot of words sometimes. So yes, he can be quite vocal and expressive, but give you like a very clear, but then he can also be very, you know, kind of like a space cadet look. Like, do you have something to say? No, should I? You know, so you're reaching. So where I see you're more vocal, and that could be an issue because I do see that he's not always forthcoming with words, and that's just the way he is. He's, I think, and with this particular guy, the more you observe him silently, he's very predictable. So he's somebody that the more you observe him to get to know him, kind of like when you watch a movie with the volume off, you start noticing things in the background or the actors or scenes or things that you don't pick up on when your ears are listening to sound. So that's the only thing. I know it's a weird analogy, it's kind of creepy, but that's what I can explain because there's a lot to this man. There's a lot of thoughts, there's a lot of depth, but it's not going to be so obvious. The intention is good and he's very traditional. So I really like his energy too, but he might not float your boat as far as his demeanor, because I do see that you're more fiery, more, you know, spicy with what you like, and he's very mundane. So I hope that helps. For being a Sag, that's kind of interesting because usually Sages are very, you know, spunky like that, but it could be the mixture of his moon. If, you know, if his moon is Virgo, or, you know, his rising is something mellow, it can mellow the Sag a lot. And he can also be a cusper, you know, making that Sagittarius vibe come out only under maybe money making. He might really accentuate that with like money and business or something. And you may not see, you know, depending on the kind of Sag he is with his moon and rising. So that's probably why I'm seeing a mellow Sag here. Brianna, may you go back to mine, please? I'm a Capricorn, he's a Taurus. Can you please post the question again? I'm not gonna go back 30 questions to see your question. All right, I don't mind asking your question. I'm happy to answer your question. That's why I'm here, to be helpful. But, you know, if you guys want to spam, it makes it easier. Okay, I think I got to everybody. So Brianna, it's on you. Go ahead, I'm waiting. Okay, don't misunderstand my sense of humor, guys. I'm kind of direct. Okay, Mina, will Leo, wait, Mina, you're a Leo, right? Will you see Amon Scorpio this month? Okay, here we go, Mina. Yes. I here's the thing, Mina. I have a very interesting message for you. If you think you're gonna fall in love with this man, unless you already semi-are, and you want this Scorpio, listen to me very carefully. Okay, take it or leave it. He's very fast-paced energy with what he's doing. If you call him on a Thursday and he's like, no, I'm headed over here and I gotta do this and I gotta do this, and he's like, yeah, I gotta go, 15 minutes, you know, very, very, very routine, very scheduled, very up and go, high energy kind of guy, which is how he is. If you plug into that, be like, yeah, no, I'll go with you, or like, yeah, no, I get it, you know, can I go with you, you know? If you connect with that kind of speed, he's not gonna stop. That, remember, you're a Leo, so He's not going to stop his schedule to accommodate you where a Sagittarius will. That's why Leo and Sagittarius, they're like that. What you expect as a female is very, very precise. You either speak the Leo language or you do not. Don't misunderstand the Scorpio. If you like him, he's going to be that immature kid that you have to sometimes be the principal and sometimes be the mother, not to mother him, but like you're going to have to be like, and you got to realize that dynamic with Leo and Scorpio, okay? Leo being the female, Scorpio being the male in that particular dynamic. So, you know, what I'm trying to tell you is he can fall in love with you, like big time. And when he does, he will be obsessive, like I'm not letting you go, like, oh my, in a good way. But right now it's just like he's off doing his thing. You got to plug into that. And you have to have an open mind and be patient. So if you're waiting, okay, that's fine. But they also say that to take you to the bakery. That's their favorite line. So he got to walk the talk before he says that. Not with a Scorpio or a Sag. That's the last thing you want to believe. So you have to hear him act that way, not just say those words. So he'll also say that to take you to the bakery immediately. And if you bite, he might leave you in the dust. So that's why I'm trying to tell you something, because if you give too much too soon, he'll be like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, because that is their flavor, that is their style. But when they fall in love, it catches them by surprise. And when they do, they're like, oh my God, I can't stop thinking about her. Oh my God, I can't stop thinking about her. And then they're gripped. So it's a very critical point, a short point in time where a Leo can become frustrated, because Leos are elegant, they are romantic, they are sensitive, they do things with a lot of care, a lot of finesse. It's really organized with a Leo, male and female Leo. Scorpios, scatterbrained, high energy, fiery. They're a water sign, but they're very fiery. And for a Leo, they're cool. They're a fire sign, but they're very cool. You're not going to see that fire sign come out until they're pissed off. So, well, are you assuming that? Because I'm seeing a single guy. I'm seeing a bachelor just being a bachelor. I'm not seeing someone who's collecting females, if you know what I mean. I'm not seeing that. So I would see that immediately, because I'm a love specialist. So I don't see the investment with one female in particular. But I see that in this kind of situation with a Scorpio, if you catch them in the right way, they will fall in love, and then they have no choice. So that's why I'm saying to you, it's a critical time. All right. So that's the answer that I have for you. If you want to look into his life, or seeing what he's hiding, or seeing, any secrets, or seeing what he thinks about you in a deep way, you could do a tarot with me, and that's fine. Okay. But that's the clear answer that I have for you, is to continue to continue to talk his language with your barriers, right? And you're going to see results, because I think this man can fall for you, like genuinely fall for you. In other words, really want to commit and all of that stuff. But it is critical. Don't get sensitive if you feel like he's breadcrumbing you, or that's why I'm trying to get that into your head, because you're so proper in the way you treat people. Leos are. They'll be like, that's so rude. Like, oh my God, if he's not interested, bye. They're very clear on what is correct and what's not, how you should not treat people. Okay, yeah. So, and you might misunderstand his nature, because it's like chaotic at first. It's kind of like with that combination, Leo becomes more water and Scorpio becomes more fire. It's kind of weird, but it's true. But once you have it and you get him at a vulnerable moment where you're not giving into his charm, I think you got him. So that's what I'm saying. And then don't worry about anything else going on in his life. He'll erase all the other phone numbers and all the other things. I don't know the deep details of his life, but I would have to do a read on that. But generally, that's it. Because I do see in what I saw, let me explain. I saw a man driving, I believe it was a motorcycle, it could be a scooter, and a woman behind him, and he starts thinking of commitment. So whether he owns a motorcycle or not, at some point this man did. So don't worry so much on the actual motorcycle or the model of it or what color it was or where it was driving. Don't worry about that so much. Just be concerned with, there's an opportunity to fall in love in this situation if you want to. All right. Thank you so much. Brianna. Okay. Capricorn. Will Taurus and you, okay, our Will, okay, that's his name, Will, the Taurus. Okay. And are you going to get past this rough patch? Okay. Not a problem. So Will, the Taurus and Capricorn. Okay. Okay. So you're Capricorn and you're very mature, and very organized, and Will could be really immature and the baby. Okay, that's hard for Capricorn. Yeah, you could pull your hairs out with a Taurus. Okay. All right, let's see. I do see a reconciliation, but I see a pattern continuing, and it's that you don't verbalize or express what you want him to do because you expect for him to step up to plate and do it. You feel, well, I'm not saying what you feel every day, like your method of operation, but I'm just saying, like, in general, in this vision, in the way that it seems to me, you are feeling here that you feel you don't have to spell it out for that person. Like, do your shit or don't. Like, shit or get off the pot. Like, I'm not gonna sit there telling you what to feel. So it's very structured, whereas he's dropping hints like, I want you to treat me like my mother does, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, like, make it easy for me. Like, why do I have to work so hard? Like, why don't you do this for me? You're supposed to do this for me if you love me. So, like a big baby. So yeah, so there's like this capricious, you're purposely being difficult, and if you love me, you're going to treat me like this. I'm not going to bend to you. And then so it's subtle too. It's subtle too, because I do see that there is like a softness to the connection too, the way that it's not like one of these like fiery, like, always like very angry on edge. It's more like a subtle, like cynical mixture. So you do get each other very much. I do see the chemistry. I do see the love. At the end of the day, he wants you to treat him in a certain way so he feels loved. And that he's Venus's child. So he's not going to change that part of himself. For him to feel loved, he needs to see that you treat him in a certain way, and that's, let's see. Oh, we're super strong, but at the same time, we're both going through bad times. That doesn't help. The situation. I could see that the bond is not broken. There's still love. I do see a reconciliation. But what I see is a pattern within the relationship continuing. So besides the hardships, which I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that, both of you. Besides that, looking at the connection between both of you just precisely, not the extenuating circumstances in the life. I'm seeing that there's a pattern that you guys will continue to have unless you change it up. One good technique, if you're Capricorn female and he's a Taurus male, with this kind of thing, is to force yourself, because you run at your own pace and that's how you do things. If you To force yourself with one particular thing when you see one certain facial expression or one certain behavior that you know comes right before the pattern of the argument or the problem. Don't walk into that pattern. Change it and say something that's going to comfort him. You're going to see that not happen. You're going to undo that. Not that it's on you and your fault, it's not, but you're the one getting the reading. Like, I can't send him a memo, you know, because this is going to help you. It's going to be nothing but help you, because what I see that's going to, you know, really hurt the relationship continuously is if you continue the pattern, you know, where you both walk into what annoys each other. It can happen on the phone. It can happen through text. It's a communication pattern. So it comes from the way to do it is if you show him that you know him. Like, okay, how do I say this? This is a little bit tacky, but the way the relationship with the mother, or the way that she treats him, not every day, because you're not his mother. Obviously, you're a romantic partner. That's nothing to do with, like, ew, that's the mom, you know. But there is a clue there. The way that a Taurus male, like, there's a certain nurturing way that he expects, and if you do like a little bit of that, he's gonna be like, oh, I'm really loved. And then his guard will go down, and then he will do something for you too. Because Tauruses, they'll just say the right thing. They're very sweet. They'll say the right thing. Unless they're angry, then they have horrible mouths, and they will just rip a person to shreds, and it's terrible. Don't mess with the bull. But you know, mostly you'll see a Taurus male, very sweet, very kind, say the right thing, very gentle, very good demeanor, and then all of a sudden they'll do whatever the hell they want behind someone's back. Like, I don't care. And it's like, oh, did we not speak about this? You know, you're driving me crazy. Did you not hear me? Well, yeah, but, you know, and that's where it goes, you know. So I think if you want to just evoke from him a different behavior, and the way to do that is to comfort him. That sounds tacky and draining, but that's the way to do it with a Taurus. And you can get the clue by the mother and son dynamics a little bit. Yeah. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Let's see, am I forgetting anybody? So guys, I'm here till 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I stream from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you ever don't, Eastern Standard, if you don't see me on here, I'm either doing a reading on YT, because that's where I do my readings because of the censorship here. You can't even say the name. Or I'm doing like a private reading, or I'm on a call or something, or running like a small errand, but I pop in and out, in and out. So I'm always here. You can always text the shop as well, okay? So 10 to 4. If I miss a reading, and I'm streaming, don't call because it'll kill the stream. But you can text me, you know, if I can read it fast, or you can just let me know on the stream, okay? Thank you. Oh, what a good look for me, darling. I look like one of those El Mariachi singers. I gotta get a guitar. Okay, let's see. Cosmia, will you have your own home in a couple of months? I'm going to pass on that question, not to be rude or anything. I do appreciate you asking me that. But housing answers are math. So you either have, you know, the credit and the money to put down, or it's the realtor, or it's a math question. It comes down to credit and money, you know. So I tend to leave. Now, let's say that you wanted to buy a house, or you wanted to lease a place, and you're having a struggle competition with other people that want to buy it or lease it. Then I would say do magic, because a magical spell, a magical practitioner. So if you want a house, or you want, and they're looking to rent it, and you're in love with the place and you want to buy it, then you do a house spell, and you will be the one that gets the house. You know, if you're already in the running, if you've already, you know, if you you've done all the loops and hoops, to buy the place, and it's just you're afraid it'll go to a competitor. Then I would do a reading and do a spell to secure the house for you. Okay, let's see. Nikki! Okay, no worries. Let's start your reading. You want to meet me on YT? I can't even say the name on this thing. You can't. I got slapped with a VIOL, whatever. I got appealed because I didn't do anything. Always in good standing, but only because I mentioned the letter I and the other one. You're manipulating people off of the platform. Blah, blah, blah. What? Yeah, no, I'm not playing that game. So if you want to meet me on YT, I'll do your reading. That way it's not censored. Yeah, meet me on there. I'm on there now. I'm streaming on there now. Yeah, just hop in. The link is in the thing. Oh, I can't even say that word. Shh. I can't even say LI. The place. It's on there. Can you say button? The red button? I don't think they took out the word button. And then I'll be back on this, guys. I'll be back on this. Okay, I'll do one more while she gets on there. I'll meet you on there, Nikki. And then, guys, I'll pop when I'm done with her reading. I'll pop right back into here. I can't double stream on it because the whole point is to not be censored while I'm doing the reading. Okay, let's see. Panda. It is completely over with Bert. Okay. Yeah, it is. I'm seeing a man and a woman talking, and the man there's a good distance between them, indicating his wall up. And I'm seeing that he is in a mindset that he wants to walk away. Not angry, but just like done. Like when a person's like, yeah, no, it's not happening. I'm not walking through your door. Yeah, no, I'm done. Yeah, no, I checked out. Yeah, no. Resistance. That's the word I'm looking for. Sorry. Yeah, there's resistance. So obviously there's something that built up to that. I don't know if you can rectify that. Sometimes it's possible. I would find out in a reading if you're interested, but if not, that's the answer. The answer right now is no. Because of whatever led to that. Sometimes it's reversible, sometimes it's not. I'd have to kind of do a close inspection with that. Let's see. Nikki, waiting for you. Are you on there? There you are. Hey. All right, let's do your reading. Bye, TikTok. I'll be back. I'll be happy to answer your questions. But I'll be back. I got to do a reading on YT. I'll be back, guys. What? Okay. Okie dokie. Hi. All right, let's get this reading done. What am I doing? Oh yes. Wait, what reading did you get? I forgot. Yeah, I got this freaking violation crap. Which, they found me, they took it away and I appealed it and everything like that. But it said, because I told a girl, I go, my link is on Instagram, which I deactivated, by the way. And, and she goes, the link is in Instagram. Yeah, my Instagram link or something. I got a violation saying you are manipulating, taking people off the platform, and you're, and now, the risk is they take you off the FYP and you can't undo it, and it's a shit show. I was like, fuck that. I'm not gonna be doing readings on there. Hell no. Yeah. All right, sweetheart. Which one? What's the title of the one you got? I'm sorry. Usually I bring it up, but I don't want to pause the live. I'd have to get my laptop. I'm sorry. It's not. I should be set up better. I should be able to pull up your reading, but what's the name of it, sweetheart? Full story. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. So let's get started. God, those are so annoying. All right, so we're gonna start. We're gonna do a checkup on Libra, Cancer, Virgo, and then we're gonna do like the full story of whatever comes up. So not whatever comes up. No, it's a love life read. Yeah, I'm gonna do 3 first, and the one that's the most important out of the 3, I'll do the deep tarot one, and then we'll look at anything else, that comes up, any questions that you have. Okay, let's see. So if it lags or if it cuts out or whatever, let me know. I'll sign back in, okay? All right. Cool. All right. We're gonna start with a checkup on an energy check on the Libra, okay? So this would be the ex Libra. Tarot, what are you doing? She's too silent. How's your fur baby? What's his name? Randy Ransom. I forgot your fur baby's name. Jamo. Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, Jamo. All right, the Libra. This is very, very, very weird, Nicole. Okay. It seems like the Libra, your ex, wants to be with you. Obviously, it's to be vindictive to her. This is very weird. I've never seen this since I've known you. So, has he romantically reached out or tried to see how you are, or weird behavior that's trying to, walk through the door again? Because this is where this is headed. Let me explain. When I do this read, I'm seeing, when I check on the Libra, yeah, he wants to start things up romantically with you again. Not just going to the bakery, but like being your boyfriend. So this is in his mindset. This is what he wants. Okay? So this can mess with your head really bad. I suggest you play along. And you don't take it literally. You just, I suggest you just take it baby steps, like lead him on. Not to toy with him, which in a way that's toying with him, but not in a way to be a vindictive, ha ha ha. In a way to just be very intelligent about it. Keep your enemies closer. Kind of like baby steps, like, hey, you want to go out? Yeah, that sounds nice. I could try on Thursday, but it's not for sure. I would like it, but I don't want to have you waiting, because, I have a really complicated schedule, but it's very nice of you to ask. So you're not being rude. You're not saying yes, you are. He's not going to be offended by that. He's going to be like, yes, she really wants to, but her schedule is complicated. Like saying, let's say, I really miss you. Oh, well, that's very nice of you to say that. Really nice, kind answers. But it's not like, hey, me too, I miss you too, boo-boo. Like you're not going to play into it. But you're just going to be like, that's really sweet of you. That's really kind. So he can't read you. And you don't wake up any vindictiveness in him. And you don't, if he wants, do you have a boyfriend right now? Just focusing on my career right now. I'm just kind of drained. So you're going to give these like very bland, like can't really read you. You can't sound cynical. You can't sound secretive. You can't piss him off. More like he continues the effort and you just keep being nice until part 2, part 3, then, then we see where it goes. But, he's interested, and this is a very important thing for you because you have a custody battle. Even though it may not be in the courts, I don't know the status of it, but it is a battle. And this can make this puts you in a very winning situation. So you wanna, you really wanna grip that as tight as you can. And it's a time for magic. Quite honestly, it's a time to do something magically the moment that you see he starts putting more effort. Not to manipulate him no, it's because you're thinking like a mom on defense. And this is something that, I told you after the removal there was going to be a lot of changes that last for a while. You didn't do the boosting part, but you're going to see a lot of things kind of play in. There's not a lot of obstacles anymore. Yeah. So so there was a time, he's always desired you in a physical sense, always. The attraction will not stop, but there was anger with it. And he got brownie points with that dumbass every time he would display to you, rudeness or something. She'd be all happy, and then he'd get a goodie. And you see, I'm a pretty boy, give me presents. Yes, you're my sugar mama, kind of thing, right? So he'd get little brownie points with her every time he was rude. Okay. So that's probably why the anger. That's probably why the resentment toward her. Okay. So he's a Libra. So a Sagittarius would just completely squeeze her neck till she's blue. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. But you know what I mean. They're very like, argh. A Scorpio, forget it. Like he's going to plot some freaking vindictive game, you know, he's a Libra. So he's going to, in a sneaky way, change the situation to what he wants and manipulate everything like a puppet show and not let anybody know what he's doing. So under the radar kind of thing. So very, so yeah, he is not okay with her. He doesn't trust her, and he's not okay with that. It hurts his record. It's not what he signed up for, and now he has to live on his guard because of what she put him through. Oh, he is not forgetting that. He can't stand her. We're gonna see what he feels about her in a minute, but my concern right now is that he's wanting you. He's wanting you. So is it that he's completely headless, over in love with you? All right, check this out. If she says I'm sorry and flaunts money in his face, he'll come running. Because he is a sugar baby man. And that's who he is. That's who he is. Whoever's going to pamper him and make life easy and all this stuff and kiss his butt, he loves that shit. But he is never in love with her. He was never in love with her. It's what she would offer. So, the fear that he has with her is not going to go anywhere. He's going to live, if he decides that she's making him an offer, so to speak, oh, I'm sorry, boo-boo, and all that, and he comes back, he's still going to have one eye open. And he might even get tired of it. Or he might not go back. Because this might have affected him so much. It helped you, though. They just handed you the kids. So it's like, yay, thank you. Because you know how beautiful that would look. You're just working, making a living. And now he's a violent man. Oh my God. That's an unstable home. And you better harp on that when the custody stuff comes up again. You better mention that. They're unstable. He's violent. He's unstable. Not okay. Yeah. But you can't tell him that. You can't tell him that because you want to keep the enemy close. Yeah. Oh, no, don't tell me that. That happened in front of the babies? Are you serious? Well, good for you in a custody sense, but not okay for the babies to go through that. Well, karma's a bitch, honey. So those are your girls. Good. I mean, good because legal-wise, there's, yeah. Yeah. But definitely not okay in the sense of exposing them to that. That's ridiculous. But anyway, so he wants to be with you. This is what he wants. This is where we're at right now. He wants to be with you. He wants a relationship with you. He wants to see if he can wake things up with you. He's really done with her. Can she maneuver things back with money and all this stuff? It's not like she's not going to say it like that. Oh, let me open my wallet. She's not going to say it like that, but she'll, how she does things. Hey, I was thinking we could go here and blah, 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 and whatever. Okay. Remember that I also said more things than that, though. I think you're remembering, but remember that there were many updates on them. There was that he was, eventually I saw that I forget now, but there was a lot of things with her father. There was more fights that I saw that they would have. She wanted it and he was gonna willing to do it. I remember there was something with the house itself, something with his job. There's a lot of things. I don't remember the last part of that. Yeah, that was in the plans though. That was definitely that's something she wanted and was already planning, and who knows how far she went as to reserve all of that. So yeah. So hey Arrow, I'm in the middle of a paid reading. If you want to book one, you can get one through my shop. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. They've been that way, but they should have already tied the knot, you know? They should have already done that. But anyway, let's pop into the tarot part. No, actually I'm going to do an energy check on the two others, okay? Let me do it like this. So yes, the status right now is the Libra wants to be with you. Now here's the complicated part. Number one, if we look at the things you should do to win and amazing good luck things that life is throwing your way with all this scenario of the girls and the custody and all that, there's a lot of things to do with this situation magically to completely finish. So there's that subject. Then there's the subject of your love life. The love life part, I see that you deserve him you deserve him coming back just to have that pleasure of haha, you know. But at the same time, he's gonna be coming back at a time where you're about to meet like your boyfriend, and I know that the Virgo also will come back as well. So this is a really shitty time this Libra is choosing to do that. So in a love life part, it's the worst time that he would choose because you're about to change big time. Your life is about to take a very different, interesting turn for the good in your love life. The case stuff, it's a blessing this happened. A blessing. Even though the babies had to see that stupid shit. But more than once. But it's a blessing. If you think about it from a magical perspective, it's also great. Manipulative for your future. To get out of that nightmare that you were living through, those assholes and what they put you through. So think about it like that. So there's a lot to do. And then as far as the one-on-one, because of what you went through, it's interesting too to use this, you know, intelligently, because you deserve, you know, this thing. Now I do remember I also saw them ending. I just don't remember now. It's been so many readings and it's been a while. I did see their ending at one point. I think we looked deeper, but I can't remember how we did. No, but it's okay. I record everything. It's just that lately I've been putting it in a place where I can find it. Whereas before it was like, anyway, from now on, there's a recorded library that I have on the date. So I can look up the invoice and the date. And I like the system because I can always pull up an old reading, but I always tell people, make notes, make notes. All right, so we'll see. So there's a lot of Libra material that I feel that very, very rich in the Libra stuff. Because I can tell right now it's about to be complicated. Now, I'm wondering if I should take part of the read and see what Spirit recommends on you, how to move forward with the Libra, because we already know he wants something with you. How to use that to win-win, you know? All right, let's go into the Cancer. Is it the one that, is it the Cancer or is it another sign? There's 3 guys. Yeah, to an advantage. Yeah. For sure. Okay. And this is the guy that, the scaredy cat, right? The one that, yeah. I'm sorry, my throat. Okay. The relationship with the Cancer is interesting. He was probably pretending, but that's okay. Yeah, he was probably pretending just to because he doesn't want to say it awake. Those are playing little games. Those are Leo games. In other words, he means it. It's like he means it, you know, but he didn't say it in his sleep. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I'm explaining it the right way. In other words, he said it in his sleep, but he was awake, wanting you to hear him, so that during the wake hours, you could mention it. He could be like, "I did." It's a little game, you see, but he did mean it though. But don't fall for that. You know, fall for the sleeping. He said it's sleeping part. Anyway, I hope you understood my. That's awesome. I'm glad, sweetheart. Okay, so Nikki, the relationship with the Cancer, right? The entire time has been interrupted by a parasite dickhead. The reason you don't have a okay, let's backtrack. The reason you don't have a relationship with the Cancer is because he's being a freaking coward. But the reason you don't have a relationship with the Cancer is because of a buddy, a toxic buddy that doesn't allow it. Just to let you know. He wants to, but there's someone in the way. So either we find out, the verdict on that one is either we find out how to get him out of the way. So it would be a third party removal, which you would think that's only attributed to No, hear me out. You would think that a third party removal is attributed to only like extramarital affairs types of third party things. No, it's not just the mistress or the lover. No. A third party is anybody who's sticking their face in a relationship that's potential that doesn't belong there. So we can find out if a third party removal is valid in this situation so that you can have a relationship with the Cancer. Because like, why not? He's into you and you're into him, and there's an idiot in the way. You know, a parasite that obviously he should be, that's not a best friend. That's a parasite. There's no reason why, if you liked him so much. I remember you lit up like a Christmas tree when you met him. And you were so genuine. And he liked you so much, he was so scared. And there was such chemistry, but there was fear. And then this idiot got in the way. And that's not fair, you know? So yeah, he needs to go. Okay. You know what I mean? That sounded like so mobster. I mean, like, he needs to go away on travels, okay? And get his own girlfriend. And get his nose out of his other friend's business. I was going to say something else, but I have a pirate mouth. Anyway, you know what I mean. So we got to find out, because that's also a way to deal with that. That's sad. What a sad little man. What a sad little man. Maybe he goes the other way and he likes his other buddy. I don't know. I don't know his deal. There's got to be something. He either likes him, or there's something psychological, or I don't know, but that's not normal. That is not normal. That is not normal, honey. Yeah. Okay. I mean, if he likes him, then just fess up and say, dude, I like you, but whatever. No, no, wait a minute. You asked about the Cancer. You like him. He wants to be with you. Why do you say no? You don't think he's worth... Was that my stomach? I think it was my stomach. Tara, was that you? My tummy grumbled. All right, anyway. Is it that you think that he's not interested? Let me see something. He's interested in you. I keep telling you, he's interested in you. You can switch that around. He can be your boyfriend. He can be your boyfriend, magically fixed. Because he likes you and you like him, and that is natural. No, nobody forced that. You can't force love. So the fact that he genuinely is attracted to you and likes you and is drawn to you, that's all you need, sweetheart, to make a fire. Magic is just going to make the fire. The spark has to come from God. The spark has to come from organic, natural destiny. That's already there. So if you wanna fight for this situation, you can. If you want to fight for the Libra, which he's an idiot, but if you want to, you can keep him. I don't think he deserves you, and I think that in the end, you will run into a pattern where either you are done with him or he, it's not a good ending with the Libra, but you can last a couple of years. Right. I'm just saying, I'm glad. That means you grew up and your head is on right. Different than the girl I met. I'm proud of you. It's nice to see you like that. But it is at your hand. This reading is about the options that you have. We're looking at your love life, and I'm seeing what is possible, what is not. Don't bother. I'm seeing the Libra can last a couple of years. And if that would make you heal, whatever, as long as you're strong about it. You can have 1 foot in, 1 foot out and play him. I don't know. Whatever's going to take to make you heal, because you've been through too much. So I'm Team Nikki, Now, the Cancer is an option for you. Is it my favorite option? I mean, I kind of wanted you married to the Virgo, if you're asking me. But it's been a lot, and, a lot of history there. Things have changed. Yeah, you and the Virgo, oof, I think he's a soulmate as well. Okay. But anyway, I think the Cancer is a great candidate. I think he's got a lot going for him, that if you did become, his fiance and wife and stuff. Okay, we're gonna go there next to see what is an option. So number one, if you want to do zero magic, if you don't want me to do any magic on for the love part, not the Libra custody enemy outsmarting it, not that, just the love part. If you want no magic for the Libra, okay. If you don't want anything for the Cancer, which is an option to you, okay, that's fine. We'll talk about the Virgo in a minute. You also have an option of Mr. Right coming in very soon. Okay, around this time actually, but we don't know who it is. We don't know who it is. I gotta find out a little bit of that in this reading, and if you don't have time, then I have to keep recording and then you can watch it later. If you have to go, I'll keep recording on here and document it, and then you can watch it later. Okay, because it's a long read. There's a lot of things here that you want me to look into. So, yeah. So we got to see, you know, because I did announce to you, I think it froze. Oh, there was a person calling me on this number. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, it killed my live. Are you kidding me? I will block them. Nobody calls me on this number. Okay, so if you have to go, I'm going to keep the reading going and recording it. That way you can watch it later. Actually, it's going to be about 24 hours before I'm able to post it. Okay? But I will record it and finish it and get it to you. All right, so that is, so the Cancer is an option. The Cancer is an option if you want me to go that route. If you don't want to go with any of these things, then you know, wait for the next one. But here's the thing for you to understand. Your soulmate, your primary soulmate, sometimes people have one or two and it's hard to explain. The second and third will never be a female has one where it's the you know, but there are other connections that are also you know, destined. Oh God, it's so hard to explain. All I'm saying is the Libra is your soulmate, but because it didn't work out, and that's his fault in this lifetime, although you still have chances, but because it didn't work out, you have Venus and the moon is going to find a happy love for you, and you will have that result. And sometimes a little magic is required for people that, you know, for people that don't work out with the signature soulmate on the chart, on the female's chart, then, you know, then sometimes a little touch of magic is needed to kind of get things going. And it's funny because the people that are like that end up in a spiritual path. It's kind of weird. You don't see that with other combinations of other things, but sometimes it can, but eventually one sticks and then, you know, they end up like when they die, they're not married, but it's weird. But in your case, you do get married. So there is happy love. All right. There's happy love. So you should believe, but the Cancer is an option and the Libra is an enigma. We're going to see where that goes. Now let's go into the Virgo. So think about things because the Cancer is an option and he's got money and he's got a house. All right. Let's look at the Virgo. Nikki, he's in love with you, head over heels. He's not going anywhere. He's going through a distance phase right now because he's pissed, but he's in love with you. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? The Virgo is head over heels in love with you and going nowhere. Was I clear? I was clear. Okay. So this is a phase. He's just being Mr. Poopy Pants and he's, withdrawing, but let him go through his little freaking phase, but he's not finished at all. He's very in love with you. Okay? Nikki, do you hear me? Or am I frozen? Uh-oh. Okay. Am I still recording? Yes. Recording. All right. Let me sign off and sign back in. Hang on.